Hello friends, welcome to my class. In this class, we will discuss about using events in C Sharp. Events are based on eventing design pattern introduced in C Sharp 3.0. Events give us the flexibility of writing decoupled code and the need to remove redeploying code each and every time whenever we have a change. Let me start this class by providing you with an example in a real life scenario. So let us consider that you are working for a newspaper and you are writing an article about a famous Nobel scientist who won a Nobel Prize. So as soon as you finish writing your article, you want that article to be published to all the people who are registered in your website. So, and you also want to send a notification to them through SMS, email, and many other different forms. An eventing mechanism in this scenario, we need an event-based pattern. So events come in this type of scenarios where we can reduce the redeployment of code now and then. Let us start by writing the publisher code for the event. So in our example, we have considered a newspaper article. So let me define my publisher. So my publisher class is the one who is responsible for handling the event, raising the event, and what kind of information needs to be passed in the event. So here in the publisher class, we have to define a delegate which holds the data. We need a event to handle the delegate, and we need to publish, we need to, I would say, invoke the event. So let me go and create my event based on a delegate. So my event is something that will hold a string data, and I will call this event as news published. So news published is an event which points to a delegate which takes string data and does not return anything. So I need a method. So I need to give the publish subscriber of this class to provide whatever the information he wants to be published. So I will define a method saying publish public void publish, which takes string data, and in this method, sorry, I typo, sorry, method publish. So in this method, I will call a method called on news published. I will pass the data into that method, the another method. I would put a statement saying that console.time publishing the news, and I will call on news published. So I will go and create the method to raise the invoke event. So I will define it as protected virtual void on news published takes string data. In this method, first I will go and check if there are any, if our news published event tracer is not null. I would say if it is not equal to null, it that means that somebody has registered to that event. So I will say news published dot invoke, and I will pass the data in here. Now I will go ahead and create my subscriber class, which will be used to subscribe to the data. So my subscriber class is nothing but I want to, whenever I create a new article, I want to send it through email. So I will call this as email service, and here I will have one method which will take the string data, and go ahead and say that we are sending an email for the article with the name, and I will say your data. I will mention it as data. Now I will go ahead and in my main method I will create an instance of my publisher, and I will go ahead and create an instance of my subscriber, which is my email service class. And before I call the publish method and provide the data, I need to first make a bond between my publisher and a subscriber, like a contract between them on which event can my subscriber listen to the publisher and for what type of an event it should not. So what I will do is I will say like this: publisher dot, whenever my news published, I want my subscriber to be notified about it. Send email. So I made a contract between my publisher and the subscriber saying that whenever there is a news published, I want that news, my subscriber to listen to that news and take the necessary data. So when I call publisher dot publish and say that Einstein Nobel Prize, so when I try to publish this news, if I go ahead and hit execute, publishing the news, run this code, it says that publishing the news, we are sending an email for the article with name Einstein who won a Nobel Prize. That's the name of the article that we just published. So in general, we can keep our publisher code in one of the DLL, and anytime we want to reuse this publisher code, we can go ahead and add a reference to the DLL and use the methods so that we don't have to redeploy our code each and every time that we want to publish a new article. If we had tightly coupled our publisher to our main class, we would have to redeploy the code each and every time that we want to publish an article. So, and and also delegates give us the flexibility to extend the functionality. Let us say that tomorrow I also want to send the subscriber an SMS related to an event. So whenever we have a new article we want to send an SMS to the user, I could go and create a class like this and extend the functionality. So I would just say we are sending an SMS over here for the article with a name, and I can go here and I can subscribe my SMS feed to the news published event, which SMS service, and I would say that SMS card, SMS article. I will go ahead and subscribe to that article. Whenever this article gets published, now we can send an email to the user and also send an SMS to him. If I go ahead and run, you can see that both the messages got the data that has been sent and both have been published. In the next class, we will discuss little bit more about delegates and events and what exactly does these events bring onto the table apart from delegates. Thank you and have a nice day.